Maurizio, so we have now heard the school take and the company take. I don't think I can wait much longer. I would love to hear the student take. Could you tell us a little bit about your experience and what courses you took and how did you first hear about the Bronx Training Center, or rather Google in the Bronx?
Sure, Carol. So back in 2016, I was around 24 years old. I was in a crossroads of my life. I was finishing college at the time. I didn't have the financial resources to continue, but I had to find a job, finish college, provide for my family. I had a lot of things to do, but I didn't have any skills. And I also didn't have anything on my resume that really spoke other than my YMCA experience, which was not a feasible career. So at the time, I was lucky enough to have a best friend who was in the IT recruiting firm. And so I reached out to him. I was like, what are people looking for? He told me if you wanted an opportunity, it's a free program, this is the one you gotta do. They're ready to work right out of the bat. They're very humble. They're one of the best people they fired. So I thought that, and I was like, that's impossible. A free program where you're ready to work in 3 months. So I checked it out and went. It wasn't a scam. It was exactly, the building existed. Like Eric said, it was a nondescript building. So it was very weird when I first got there, but it was amazing space. And while I was there, I got hardware training to build and fix computers. I can fix and break an iPhone. I can change networking equipment, repair IP addresses, whatever networking stuff, A+. I was certified in my Network Plus as well. I was employed within a week of graduation to work at Time Warner Cable. Then I moved to Optimum. From within 6 months of there, I was able to come back for an alumni program to learn how to do Java and SQL. And I was trained in coding. I was able to participate in one of the fourth class of ASM in the platform of Per Scholas when they reopened a new building, gorgeous building. Within a month of graduating from there, I am this opportunity right here at Cognizant as a program analyst. So that was back in 2016. So this is kind of my journey here, and it's been a wonderful one. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Mauricio.
What advice do you have for us in terms of setting others off in this direction? What are some of your peers talking about? What do they need from all of us in the room to really work this issue?
Sure. When hearing about some of the kind of your perspective, which is really interesting from a student perspective, it's very, very different because, for example, when I went to platform at the time, there's really no way for the instructors to know exactly what environment you're going to be facing next. So really, it's more of a foundational training. When I was there, it was more of, here is your confidence knowing that you can learn this, and whatever it is you're going to have to learn in whatever environment you go to, you can learn it there too. So here is this confidence you have. Also, speaking to, you're right, I had skills, but I didn't have any paper skills. I didn't have anything to show for it. I didn't have any resume, which when we're trying to go through the door, it's difficult, especially when I was in that position. So one thing Per Scholas did was hand me those paper skills. Said, here's your 2 certs, go do it now. Another thing, for example, and it's something I spoke when we had a meeting earlier, soft skills. I think that was the #1 training that I got at Per Scholas, was how to interview, how to speak, how to sit properly, how to drink a glass, things like just, you wouldn't even think about it, especially when you're coming from, I grew up in Jackson Heights, Queens. It wasn't the greatest neighborhood. These are things you never even learn in high school or in training or anything like that, or in college. But these are, employers are looking at this, and these are the most important skills I learned while at Per Scholas, how to interview. Because I could have all these amazing resume skills, and if I can't speak to them, if I don't sound like I know what I'm talking about those, then it's for nothing. So that's, I think, one of the greatest advices I can give from Per Scholas would be, those soft skills are the most important for employers, and should be spearheaded more than anything else.
Great, thanks Maurizio.